Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We got some urgent news this evening. Wow, it's finally happened. TSLY uh, is going to have a reverse split. So YieldMax has filed with the SEC for a reverse split, and we're going to cover all of that in this video. I'm just learning this myself. Um, this was actually posted in my Discord, so kudos to my followers there. You all are really on top of things. If anybody wants to join that and get the latest breaking news fast, definitely join because it was posted there pretty quickly, actually almost an hour ago. So I'm going to share some screens that were shared over there, and so here we go. And I'm a little bit stunned myself, even though I figured this was coming, because I believe Jay had said if the ETF fell, if the share price fell under $10 a share, that a reverse split was likely. So it's happened. So here we are. Cue the air raid siren music. I don't have that queued up right now, but I don't know. Some of you think a reverse split's actually good, so I don't want to, offend anybody. Okay, so here's what we have. Kudos to the person that identified this. Okay, so here's our first one here. Why is this not? Okay, so YieldMax announces 1-for-2 reverse split of TSLY. So that means basically a 2-for-1. So the share price is going to double, but you're going to have like half of your shares. So let's see. Okay, so that's the first one. It's a 2-for-1. We got that. Now, okay, that was the first screen. And they break down some FAQs here, which we will go over now. FAQs about the TSLY reverse split. What is a reverse split of an ETF? A reverse split of an ETF is a type of corporate action. Never heard of it mentioned that way or referenced that way. Corporate action that reduces the number of outstanding shares. Damn corporate actions. Reduces the number of outstanding shares of the ETF while proportionally increasing the ETF's net asset value, or NAV. Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. What is the timing and effective date of the reverse split? So this will be effective February 26th. So they have to legally announce it like 10 days beforehand. So February 26th, it will be effective. The TSLY reverse split is effective, yeah, February 26, 2024. TSLY will begin trading at its post-split price on such date. The total market of the TSLY shares outstanding will not be affected as a result of the reverse split. As we know, like I've explained, the total market, the excuse me, the total price, the total value is not affected. It's, number of shares times current share price. So your number of shares reduces in half, share price doubles. So total value is not affected. But as you all know, me personally, I'm not a fan of reverse splits. Okay, where else are we here? I'm kind of like excited in a weird way. Like I'm not too happy about it, but in a weird way, I'm like, I was kind of chomping at the bit to cover this. Okay, so here's how we're looking here. If this will kind of unblur for me here. Darn it. My apologies here. This is not, let me actually do this. I'm going to pop these out into a different window. So let's, let me see here. Just bear with me. So yeah, like I've said, we have a reverse split for TSLY. While I'm popping these out, let me just pull up a quick um, screen here and go over the share price because I'm actually not even sure at the moment. We dropped to 858 today. We were down 14 cents. Let me share this really quick because the share price post split will actually be double what it is right now. It doesn't mean your share price is doubling. It means your share number is going to get cut in half and your total value will double, but it doesn't mean there's no gain by any means. I think the dividend will stay the same. So we would be, hey, how about this? This is how irony works, okay? Because I was just talking about, and I had no idea this news was coming, right? But I was literally just talking about TSLY getting back up to $18 a share. Well, guess what? After the post split price, it's going to be damn near close to $18 a share. So life has a very cruel irony, I would say, or irony can be a very, very cruel thing for sure. So how about that? Who would have thought that would be the way we would get back to $18 a share, right, folks? Isn't that something? So hold on to your pants here. It seems like it's going to be a wild ride with this. Um, anyway, like I said, I'm not going to make any moves. I did say, by the way, I did say I would sell if it got back to 18, but not this way. That was the caveat, not in this manner. So that means now it would have to get back to 30. It would have to get to 36, right? If you think about it, 2 for 1, it would have to get back to 36. Okay, so let me let you all ruminate over that for a second while I figure out what I'm going to do here with these screens. Normally, this is easy to pop these suckers out over here. I'm not sure why this isn't working for me. Um, okay, let's see. Normally, I can just, pop this shit out, and but it's not doing that for me today. It works. It's weird. It works better on the MacBook. It's it's blurry too. Darn it. So I believe that Tesla outperformed Tesla today. I wanna share these screens with you all, but it's not letting me pop the darn thing. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, I'm switched to my desktop. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place here with all this news. All right, so I'm opening. Here we go. I got it now. Coach is on top of it now. Took me a minute. Okay, so we will switch back over to this other screen share imminently. More imminently than the split is coming, because the split's actually coming in less than, well, 13 days, right? Uh, okay, so let's do this here. So I got them all. All right, let me stop sharing this one. Let's see if we have any live comments here. Um, yeah, isn't it? Talk about irony, right? What do I think of the split? I'm not a big fan of splits, as you all know. More about investor sentiment than changing fundamentals, right? Um, yeah, we'll see, right? Anthony V. What is the strategy for buying, holding, or selling during 2-for-1 reverse splits? I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just kind of holding on to my pants for the wild ride here. Um, yeah, we could see a sell-off actually. I think I've explained this in other videos before. So I have a lot of experience investing, and how can I say this? I've had like 3 stocks that I got in that were pretty much turned out to be garbage stocks, like Office Depot, Groupon, to name 2 of them. They did reverse splits, and they eventually ended up basically in the toilet. They kept dropping. Reverse split, in my opinion, and I don't mean this directed at Yield Max or Jay or anybody. I'm just referring to my experience with what I've seen. So I want to be careful about what I'm going to say here next. But when it comes to how they did it with like Office Depot and with Groupon, it felt like legal theft, is how it felt. It literally, I had to pay a fee to get for the right to get less shares. How's that? The right to get less shares. There's a fee that comes with reverse splits. I'm kind of still unpacking all this right now, so bear with me. There's a fee that comes with reverse splits. You get like half the shares. And then if the shares keep dropping and dropping and dropping, you could be back to your pre-split price with half the shares. So it's like the thief in the middle of the night came and scooped up your shares, at least half of them, and then you could end up back to square one. Not fun. Oh well. If only Charles Schwab would give my investment grades all A's, then I wouldn't feel like the system was so rigged. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a joke. Um, yeah, somebody check on Kumair for us. Hope he's doing all right. Amazon did a regular split, right? Actually, yes, that's a good question, actually. So let me dissect that one there for you. And we'll get back here to our regularly scheduled. Well, this wasn't even scheduled, but I've got 4 important screenshots to show all of you all. So don't let my ADD get the best of me here. Let me answer this one. So Amazon did split, but that was a normal split. So Amazon used to trade at like $2,000 per share. And you want to hear something really funny? I saw some really dumb YouTubers that freaked out about that, and they said, "Holy shit, Amazon lost 90% of its value." So I did like a late April Fool's video as a spoof, and I said, "What caused Amazon?" I literally put in the title, or it might have been Google. I'm like, "What caused the stock to lose 95% of its value in a single day?" So I did that as the title, and then I explained the concept of splitting. So normal splitting is actually great. You can become wealthy with normal splitting. Look at Apple. Look how many times Apple split. Even Tesla has split. um I think Microsoft. We don't see as many splits as we used to historically, but you can actually become very wealthy. Look at if you had been a shareholder in Apple stock since 1981. Of course, not all of us were alive in 1981, but if you had been a shareholder since then, um, you would be insanely wealthy because that has split so many times and gone up so many times. I did a video on that. Um, I actually was part of 2 Apple splits. There was a 7 for 1, and then there was, like, a 4 for 1. So, splits are great. Reverse splits are kinda I have the reverse opinion on, shall we say. Okay, so let's, a forward split. Okay, sure, as long as we're forward looking, right? Okay. Alright, now for the screenshots here. So, first screenshot we have here, and I should be able to zoom in here, and we should be fine. Okay, please don't be blurry on me. I'm not sure why this is blurry. Anyway, this is reverse split ratio, 1 for 2. We did go over this already. Type of corporate action. It's funny how they word that. Okay, so there is that. I'm going in the irony again. I'm going in reverse order on my screenshots here. So let's see. Let me share this one now, and let's see here. Um, I do. I guess the irony of it. I do feel like I kind of pounced on this topic, if there is such a thing as first mover advantage. Look at me, so cynical, trying to make jokes about capitalizing on such a topic here. Okay, so now this one is all right. Here you go. This breaks down before the reverse split. Number of Tesla shares 1. This is 4126. Number of Tesla shares. Ooh, you might actually. Oh, okay. Here, I was thinking, do we lose fractional shares? Number of fractional Tesla shares. If you have 1 after you have a half a share, 20. Let me make sure. This should be exactly 50-50. So 4126 divided by 2. Okay, this is 50-50. I got a little ahead of myself there. So you should have 20 whole shares if you have 41.26 shares before. After the reverse split, you should have 20 whole shares and you should have 0.63 fractional shares. That's easy math. That's 4126 divided by 2 because it's a 2 for 1. Same thing with 50 and 25. If we could do a little remedial math here. 71-35, you're going to have 35 whole shares. Uh, you're going to have a half of a fractional share. If you have 88.33 shares, you have 44 whole shares because it's divided into 2, and then you're going to have 0.165 half share. Same with 150, you'll have 75 whole shares and no fractional shares. 211.99, here's a weird decimal, 0.9998, 105 whole shares, 0.9999 fractional shares. Look at that. That's like what our expense ratio is, right? Or that's like what our first Tesla dividend was. Wow. I'm telling you, irony is a cruel concept, isn't it? And if you had 1,000 shares, which some of us do, some of us have like 6 or 7,000, we're about to get cut for sure. Um, but at least we can make videos about it. Uh, okay, so then you would have 500. If you have 8,245, which some of us are closer to this number here, honestly. I don't know why I'm laughing about this, honestly. Serious face. 8,245, then you would be 4,122, and then a half of a fractional share. So there is that screen. And then let's see the next one here. Okay, this is some other good stuff here. Let me stop this share, and then we'll read comments towards the end. So let's see here. Okay, so next screen that I want to go over with you all here. That was a pretty good one that we just showed. Now this one, let's see. We went over that one. This one, let's see. Let's see what this one is. Say a shareholder, we're going to tell a story here. I know how much we all like story time, right? Say a shareholder owns 101 shares of an ETF worth $10 each that are subject to a 1 for 2 reverse split. In such case, the reverse split factor is 2. Prior to the reverse split, the value of the shareholder's investment portfolio is $1,010, 101 times 10. After the 1 for 2 reverse split, the shareholder owns 50 shares worth $20 each and one fractional share, zero point 0.5 of a post split share, which is redeemed for $10 in cash, 0.5 times 20. The value of the shareholder's investment portfolio remains $1,010, which is 1,000 plus the $10. The reverse split, and this is in bold for a reason, the reverse split does not affect the value of the shareholder's investment portfolio. And if I went a little too fast for you all there, feel free to watch as many times as you want. The cash payout on the redeemed fractional shares, if any, may cause some shareholders to realize a gain or loss, which could be a taxable event for those shareholders. Okay, this is something good I actually didn't mention already. The cash payout on any redeemed fractional shares, if any, that does happen in reverse splits. The fractional shares can end up being sold for cash. So if there's any, it may cause some shareholders to realize a gain or a loss, which would happen, right? If you do sell, you're going to have, in this case, more than likely a loss for a lot of us, which could be a taxable event for those shareholders. Otherwise, the reverse split will not result in a taxable transaction for shareholders. Okay. So that's some good info here. I at least admire the transparency on this. How many fractional Tesla shares should a Tesla shareholder expect to receive from this reverse split? I want double, but we don't always get our way. Given that the TSLY reverse split has a reverse split ratio of 1 to 2 and a reverse split factor of 2, a TSLY shareholder will only receive fractional shares if the number of TSLY shares held prior to the reverse split cannot be evenly divided by 2. In such case, the shareholder would never receive more than, it's going to say, than the fractional share, but that's cut off. Okay. Oh, here is, let's see here. I shared that one. All right, one more screen. Yeah, shouldn't the expense ratio split too, right? All right, the rest of the comments towards the end, unless something catches my ADD, lack of attention. How's that for an oxymoron? Catch my lack of attention. That's what you all got to do. You got to catch my lack of attention. All right, got to try to make light of the stuff. Okay, will a TSLY reverse split affect the value of a TSLY shareholder's investment portfolio? No, like we said already, a TSLY reverse split will not alter the rights or value of a shareholder's investment portfolio. The table below illustrates, among other things, how a hypothetical dividend, here we go now, before and after a 1-for-2 reverse split of a hypothetical ETF does not affect such ETF's hypothetical dividend yield. This example is provided for informational purposes only. So this looks a little blurry, but what you're going to see is 200 shares before split, 100 after split. The ETF's NAV $10, after is $20. Value of investment still 2,000. Monthly dividend per share will double. Dividend dollar amount is still the same, but per share it's higher because you have less shares. And then the dividend yield does not change. So that's important. So keep that in mind. Dividend yield does not change. Dividend per share, the price per share does because you have less shares. So remember that one. Read that one and weep or laugh. Who knows? Okay. So yeah, see, we just covered your comment before we even read it. How about that? Um, how does this benefit the fund if the strategy stays the same? Won't it still go down? Well, I think that because they aim for above $10 NAV per share, I think that they had to do that because Jay has said that if it got like below $10, that would eventually come. So this isn't too much of a surprise. We knew this was coming. You get paid cash for the fractional shares that don't divide by 2. Yep, couldn't have said it better myself. Let's see. It just makes investors more likely to invest, right? Maybe if they see a higher, because it gets confusing. You forget, right, that Tesla was once a $2,000 a share stock, just like Amazon. You forget, or many people may forget, that it was actually once a $2,000 stock because we see the price. A lot of us have like short-term memory, right? Um, LOL. Yeah, that's about all we can do right now. Dividends won't double. Yeah, thank you all for clarifying that. I think oh yeah, we addressed that one. Okay, let's see. Bobby J here is glad he sold at 15. Well, good for you. I maybe wish I would have too. Oops, I didn't mean to say that. I'm holding till the death. And I won't say that. I was about to make a bad joke. What about the expense ratio? That's a good question. We'll see. Oh, look, even Andre Vial showed up. I knew if we went long enough, we would get you to show up with your real estate ads there. Kamir was so happy to have 75. I think I actually saw that one. So he had it for a couple of days anyway. He'll have 3750. And the irony, like I say, I was joking. Well, I was saying, hey, what's it going to take for it to get back to $18 a share? And I didn't expect to get an answer the same day as I did that video. But the irony of it is that, hey, the answer is a reverse split is going to get us close to there again. all this work to start again. Yeah, tell me about it. That's how people felt during the last crash, right? Not that this is a crash. Does it say when the split will happen? Yes, it does. February 26th. So I think legally they have to announce it uh, at least 10 business days beforehand, I think, or 10 days. Let me check that. Do we actually have 10 business days between now and then? So we got 3, 5. I guess they had to announce it. If it's 10 business days, I'm honestly not sure. Don't quote me on that. But today's the 13th. So on lucky day number 13 out of 29 days in February, we have, if you included today, we have 5 days next week. One day's a holiday, actually. So technically that day's not a business day. Um, we have 4 days, 4, 8. So I guess it would be close. I think it's just 10 calendar days. I'm not sure if it's 10 business days or not, but I'm sure someone in the audience will clarify for me, as you guys always do, because we have very smart followers, obviously. Wouldn't have it any other way, right? Let's see. Could you elaborate how normal splits can build wealth? Oh, I this is another video, honestly. But think about it. Take a basic example. So if you take Apple, okay, if you bought in 1981, if you got in your time machine, which I want to do, go back to 1981, say you buy 100 shares of Apple, say it's like $20 a share, and say Apple goes to $100 a share, and then it splits 2 for 1, then that $100 becomes $50, and then you have double the shares. Now, there's a rule of thumb when it comes to really good companies that trade. That like Apple has known to recover its pre-split price almost every split. So then your $100 a share that's now $50 a share with double the shares, when that gets back to 100, because here's the thing, more people can afford a stock, more people can buy into the stock when it's cheaper, so then that creates upward pressure on the stocks. There is some supply and demand that happens here. So when that happens, then you have double the shares. Now you're back to your pre-split price, and you're more than likely going to keep rolling because you're invested in a good, solid company like Warren Buffett and like the coach would be invested in. So when that happens, you get back to that pre-split price, and then 10 years later, what happens? Splits again. Then it gets back. By now, we're at like 400 a share. Then we go down to 200 with double the shares, and then we split again, and it keeps on happening. And so your wealth, you get double the shares, you keep accumulating all these shares, and then the price keeps not only getting back to its pre-split price but exceeding it. Keep in mind, Apple was like a $400 stock. I want to say it was even a $600 stock before the 7 for 1 split. So I'll do a whole video on that. We'll dissect that whole topic, but I will show you how you can make many, many millions of dollars. In fact, I did a video when I first started as a YouTuber. I know how much you all like history lessons, so I throw this in. I literally put a lotto billboard and said splits equal, and it's the lotto jackpot, because I was trying to get the average person's attention, because I feel like more people are likely to play the lottery than they are to invest in a stock. And what'll happen, they'll throw their money down the drain playing lotto when they could own a stock like Apple over 40 years and hit the jackpot with investment returns, right? So anyway, long story short, that's definitely another topic for sure. We got Richard Pariti here with the hat and the thumbs up. Welcome. I have a very small position. I will hold and just continue to collect whatever dividends are paid out, but will not buy more. Yeah, I'm not buying more too. And then we got, yeah, which is definitely not my reaction to this reverse split. Even if you would have bought Apple when Forrest Gump told you, well, that's honestly, Forrest Gump is the one that I take most of my financial tips from, because you think about it, he mentioned, some fruit company, right, that Lieutenant Dan got him into. And like he said, needless to say, we ain't got to worry about money no more. And I can't wait to be in that boat. And one day, hopefully, you all will help me get there. But that's where I want to be like Forrest Gump. He's my idol, honestly. We need like a Forrest Gump finance channel. So in '94, you'd be doing pretty well. Absolutely. We'll do, you know what? I like that, by the way. Uh, we'll do the Forrest Gump scenario in that video. So we'll have that one. I'll have that one out as soon as I can. I'm starting to get back into YouTubing again. I mean, not that I wasn't into it, but I'm really like having a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to try to get that out as soon as I can. You're loading up on AMZ and waiting for the next split. Hopefully I explained that pretty well. That's the 10,000-foot level view. SMCI, man, I wish I would have gotten into that one like a month ago. That's like the hottest stock of the year so far. Imagine, you know what I'll do? I'll do another video too. And I need you all to remind me, because my thoughts kind of get away from me sometimes. But I want to do a video on SMCI, leap options on SMCI, and show you all. I'll backtest in Thinkorswim and show you all how much money would have been created in leap options. All right, you all. Well, that was a good one. Really good one. Glad we got that one out. So like, comment, and subscribe. And by the way, join the Discord if you guys haven't already, because people in my Discord are on top of things for sure. We've got some very knowledgeable options traders. We got people making lots of money there. So join it. We're starting to really grow it. It's like one of the hottest commodities in town right now. So definitely join it, and we'll see you all very soon. I'm going to try to get another one or two or three or four out tonight. Anyway, happy investing. Take care, and we'll see you all soon.